Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my lovely little YouTube channel. I have so many new toys to play with. I have so many new toys to play with, and part of me doesn't really know where to start playing with my toys first. You know what I mean? Hey, D-Chat, how you doing, bro? So, I'm just kind of toying with some things real quick, and then we'll start up the stream officially. Congratulations. I appreciate it, man. So, I guess where to start. If you like the content, or if you find it appealing to listen to me yap, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. That is always the most important. Holy moly! Hold on, we gotta go kill this guy real quick. Just kick him in the head. Alright, most important before anything else is if you like the content, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Because we're trying to grow our audience, really. That is the first priority. The second thing to note here is that I know I don't sound super excited. It's because I just woke up. I might call at some point in this, depending on how long it is. At least for a little bit, I'm excited about this myself. Me too. I mean, I may not sound like it, but yeah, I just have to remember, I don't wake up this early in the morning, usually. And, well, okay, it's 1:30 now. Normally, I don't wake up at 8:30 in the morning, and I woke up this morning at 8:30 in the morning because I found out that I got an email. And the email stated the following. You have been Echelon Prime 129. I say Echelon because it just sounds cooler in my opinion, but that's just me. Echelon Prime 129, you have been accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. Now, I've had a couple of thoughts about this, and yes, if you want to call at some point in this video, just let me know that you're going to call and I'm down. I don't know if I have that set up on here, but it should be set up. So anyway, I've been accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. Now, for a lot of people, this would be, oh my god, and I'm really happy. But here's the thing, and I've been thinking about this last 45 minutes to 3 hours. Oh my god, we did it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Because, I mean, I know what to do. I have a plan, okay? And the plan is simple. We start off little, we work our way up, and we just make sure that we fine tune it as we go. And then wherever what doesn't work, we just throw out. Wherever it does work, we keep. Simple. But I'm over like, we did it. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think we could. I know that this whole YouTube channel is just making up as we go along, but I didn't think we were going to pull it off. Mostly because, the amount of haters we have, the toxicity I've had to face, the problems I've had to deal with in my life, the way my mouth runs and I can't stop. And when I start cussing, you know that problems may arise because when I use profanity, which, by the way, I'm going to try my best not to do that anymore because if we're going to get paid, I said this, if we're getting paid to do it, then the profanity would have to go because then you have to take your job seriously. This is also a job now. We are officially being paid by YouTube. I say we because, if you're a part of our little group here, if you're a part of our mods list, I mean, we all reap the spoils of war. So, thinking about it, it's a job that we all kind of share together because I'm not a selfish a-hole. I'm going to try my best to make it worth it for everybody. And, even if I don't have a lot of income off of it, it's still a job. And so I'm just going to walk while we talk because I love Ghost Recon enough to spend time in this game. But I've been thinking about it. I didn't think we'd pull this off. It's an amazing thing. But, I have a lot of self-esteem issues. I really do. Because people treat me like crud for, no good reason. Because it's popular to do so, I guess. I don't know. And so part of me didn't think we'd ever pull this off. And then I'm sitting here and I get this email and I'm like, oh my god, I'm ecstatic, but I'm also like, there's no way it's real. It's like part of me thinks it's a dream and I haven't woken up yet. which is I think how a lot of people feel when they achieve the one thing they've been striving for so long. I've been on YouTube for 9 years, and forgive me, I might get a little emotional. I've been with YouTube longer than any other platform, and I finally have achieved that one thing that kind of made YouTube worth working hard for. Like I sit here and I stream every single day, and yeah, I mean, I sit here, I stand on this freaking rock, I'm looking at the horizon, like, yes, guys, we've been streaming every single day. We had all these let's plays at one point. I feel like we should have. See, I think that the reason why I get emotional about this is because think of how much we lost. Think about how many channels, how many videos, how many people we lost trying to survive. And now here we are. We have made it to the end. And I don't want to say this is the end. I feel like this is the end of an old era. The end of the Dark Ages. Remember when I made that video a couple days ago? It was called The End of the Dark Ages. I guess I had no idea, but I guess I was kind of foreshadowing the fact that now we're in a new era. And there's a lot of things that I can do with memberships. So the first thing that we did, because it's the simplest and it's, obviously the easiest, is I put it so you guys can do supers and super stickers and super chats. I mean, I feel like one-time purchases are whatever, and plus, if you're gonna pay for a simple how do you do, I mean, why not? But it's the simplest thing I can think of to start with. I mean, honestly, I have no clue like where to begin. And there's a lot of things that we could do, but I feel like supers and super chats are, or maybe they're both different things, maybe they're the same thing, I don't know. Maybe, that was a good place to start because if anything, it's somewhere simple to start. Um, Great, the uni dods are coming up. It's like the one thing we don't need. But anyway, so yeah, let's see. Read some comments here. I might call at some point in this, depending on how long it is, at least for a little bit. I'm excited about this myself. We did this thing together, and NamCap and others who all contributed to the Tips TV Sovereign. Just so you guys know, there is a join button that is there now. I had this tier, and I didn't really know where to start. I'm gonna read it to you guys. Maybe I'll give you guys an idea of what we're working with. The first tier that we have, the one I figured we would start with. If I go to levels here, we have recruit. I couldn't think of a better name, and I figure since you're joining as a member, you're joining as a recruit, right? There's loyalty badges. I'm gonna eventually get like my own little pictures and stuff to add in them, so they'll be a little more unique. But right now they're just colors. You'll get photo and status updates, which I feel like that should be members only anyway, because if you've been here long enough and you're, wanting to be a member, you should have access to that information, make it unique from now on. I'm not sure how to make him members only, but we'll figure that out as we go, I guess. There'll be early access to new videos, which I have the My House videos. That obviously would be ideal. They're already all uploaded, they're ready to go, so I might as well just make those members only. And then there was ideas of making newer videos of that variety, members only. But we'll see where we go with that. But it's one thing here on this list. Member shoutouts. So if you want a shout out now, you can be a member and get a shout out. Put those at the end of videos or whatever, or in channel descriptions or something. Members only live chats. I don't know how often I'll use this. I figure if people start getting toxic, then I'll just shut on members only live chats and they can pay for it. I don't see the reason why I'm conflicted about members only live chats is, does it stop moderators from being able to do their job? Because if moderators get locked out as a result of members only live chats, then it kind of, because not all moderators are going to pay for it. We have a flux of moderators, but like, would it screw my moderators? I mean, if they want to pay for memberships, that would be a way to do it. But I'm thinking about lowering it to like $3 for the lowest tier and having like 5 tiers. You can have up to 6, so why not, right? But we'll figure it out anyway. The point is, you can do members only live chats. If you guys all act like a bunch of douches, this is how that's how we're gonna start solving that problem. And I have no problem. I can do members only live streams. That's a thing. which is absolutely awesome. But like, until we get like members, it's like you might want to take that one a little bit slowly. Not really, because I could sit here and yap about whatever the hell I want with no exceptions, and then people could come here and they could see a members only stream. To like, what did he say? We don't know, but the only way to find out is to pay for it. It's like, it would be nice to be able to vent without anyone, stealing your content, which is the thing I have to deal with constantly. And then, of course, the last thing on the members thing is priority reply to comments. Let me go back to the live chat now. Yeah, I feel like that's a good first tier. It's the only tier that we have right now. It's $5.99. Um, they say we're supposed to talk about this in our videos, so I figure this qualifies. Um, as I sit here and wait for the unit. The unit left, didn't they? But yeah, I figure, this is a good place to start. And, if anything, I'm going to fine tune it. I have some special creative liberties that I want to add to it. But right now, we're just kind of taking it slow. Ooh, La Plaga. I do not want to do La Plaga right now. Because La Plaga completely sucks. Let's go do Inca Camina, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna walk around for a while. Let's see, it ain't no dream. We're now in the Renaissance, building back what has been demolished but improving upon it. I like that we don't have the most active audience. Most of our audience just tunes in and watches, I've noticed. So we're kind of working with very little from the ground up, but we can get paid from the get go doing it. It's like, this is kind of an interesting concept. We're getting paid from the get go. YouTube must really like us because, like I said, it was kind of weird. It was like, we don't have an active audience, and so one thing you need, it's like, huh. But then again, there was a hater that we have. I'm not going to give him a name shout out. I'm not doing that. We're done with that. But we have a hater that has the same amount of views that we have, and he's like, "You'll never make partner, everything else." And what's funny about that is he has the same amount of views that we have, if not a tiny, tiny bit more. And I thought to myself, if he can do it, so can we. And it turns out we're right. We could do it. It's because of our watch time. That's what helped us achieve it. Now, if you guys, I promised that I would start helping people with that if, things went a certain way. So here's the first step to monetizing your channel. Go on YouTube, live stream video games. Try to keep profanity to a minimum. Don't be like me. You'll get there quicker. Try not to say anything controversial, like anything about LGBT or the trans community, because you tend to not cross any lines that way. It's way easier because, anything you say these days might be considered hate speech. So just be very careful about your topic. The talk about, be real, but also be honest, but also at the same time be decent. And then if you live stream enough, you can hit that monetization, and because all it takes is 3,000 hours watch time and memberships become a thing. The only other thing I can say is ignore the trolls. But honestly, that was just the stupidest thing in the world. It was just not worth it. I'm really trying not to cuss because it's natural that I use profanity, and I think I'm doing pretty okay so far. Let's see. The glories of Rome, but now that with steam engines, cannons, and muskets. Damn right. What type of metal do they use in the Citadel? What type of metals? Like awards? What signs of rank do they use? I think we could do that. I'd have to ask. I'm not sure if the Citadel leaders would have a problem me asking that question, because Citadel leaders are not exactly nice people. I mean, they're corporate in every aspect of the word, but I'm sure that they wouldn't mind us using similar themes for our channel. I mean, it is Tibbs TV related. That's another thing. Should we be Tibbs TV? Like, should we just take our name back? I mean, we already got memberships. We got custom tags. We got everything else. Why not just be Tibbs TV? I don't know. I kind of like the Echelon Prime thing at the same time. Okay, we gotta look at the Peruvian drug lord's car. Let's go do this. But I could find out about the ranks and stuff. I know that there's leaders, recruits. It's like military pretty much. I mean, you get 6 tiers of the hold on, I gotta pause because I can't think. I did not wake up well this morning. I got like 14 different buzzing alarms on my phone. I'm like, oh my god, YouTube really wants me to know about this. And then I got kind of excited when I found out. It's basically like military. You get 6 tiers, 6 different payment options. They build upon each other. So whatever's in the first tier will be in the second tier. Whatever's in the second and first tiers will be in the third tier. So on and so forth, all up to 6. You get badges. You can customize your badges, and they can go all the way up to. They have to be square in shape. That is the rule. They're very strict about that. But you can do badges for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. No, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, so on and so forth. Like they're pretty simplistic with badges, but you get a badge and it increases the longer you're a member of the channel. I think we could just use badges for the military. It wouldn't be a bad concept actually, because like most of the people don't look at their YouTube channels in infantry, but we kind of do because you're a part of the Tibbs Stadium militia. You're here to play, watch video games, enjoy video games, talk shit if need be. That's the first profanity word of the entire stream, mind you. And just to overall have a good time, but also have something to stand for. We don't stand for bullying. We don't like people who are evil. When I say evil, I mean like you've seen what some of these haters are like, doxing and threatening people and stuff. We don't stand for that. So like maybe you could be an advocate as for, like if you're a member, you're helping advocate for making YouTube a safer place for everybody. I don't know, something like there's got to be some way to make that work, I guess. But nonetheless, it's an option is my point. Same with classic archives like the old My House episodes. I feel like we could use all the old videos after a point. Like I'm just sitting here lost in thought. Like, I feel like the Diary of Intrusive Thoughts could be reestablished as their whole videos again, and then what I could do. I mean, you still have to follow YouTube's community guidelines in terms of service. So I'd have to make sure these videos are clean. I'd have to scrub them clean of anything that's considered hate speechy. I don't really have any hate speech in my videos. I just say things that are offensive that people take way too far with their flaggings. But like, it doesn't work clearly because we're still here. But like at the same time, it's like, we could make the Diary of Intrusive Thoughts videos whole. It would take forever with some of them because they're long videos. But then we can make them members only. So you'd have to be a member to watch them. And then all future videos of that variety. So like if we're not playing video games or doing a D chat special, because we need to think of an actual series name for it, then if we're not doing that, then we could have those videos as members only videos. Like I feel they'd be streams, but the reality is I don't care if they're streams or videos. The point is I want to be able to upload my thoughts. And sometimes if people are going to be jerks about it, I mean that has been the big incentive to make money off of it, right? If they're going to treat you like crap, if you're getting paid for it, you can't complain. And that has been the kind of the truth of it, because if we're getting paid for it, then it's like, okay, we can be your therapist if need be, because at least we're getting paid to put up with your crap. And that has been the big thing about it, Okay, we gotta figure out exactly how to get in here. Oh my god. Oh, that was really, really, really close. Okay, we're in a very bad zone here. Um, but yeah, that'd be one thing that we could do is make the Diary of Intrusive Thought videos. Um, make the Diary of Intrusive Thought videos. Members only. Clapped him in the face. Alright, we need to get the hell out of here. Crap nuggets. Oh no. Alright, let's call on the guns for hire, call in diversion, tell everybody to open fire, and we might as well start spotting. This is really, really bad. Alright, let's go over here. You gotta get out of here before the train comes in. Let's shut this thing off. Do you think the Peruvian drug lord's car is in here somewhere? I mean, at this point, I believe the car is in here somewhere. Okay. We need to fall back. Okay. We are in a very big pickle here, Rick. Just gotta plant his face into the concrete. This is the Peruvian connection missions. They're mostly missions that suck rear end, but at the same time, they're not completely terrible. Let's see. Miss MS Tibbs curses in the bus. Tibbs cursed in the hallway. Well, the restreams tend to be after the fact. They are rarely in real time, so streams can be public, I think. You just need to be a member to see them afterward. Well, you know, still doesn't change the fact they'd have to pay for it. I mean, and then also they'd have to like, how would you even get the link? I've already kind of experimented with the actual links, and you can't just download the videos. You'd have to actually go a different way. So like you can't like if it's a members only stream, it does not count as a YouTube video, which means technically my videos would be safe from content theft in that regard. It would make it very difficult. I mean, we should make all of our videos. We can make all of our videos these kinds of streams, like members only after a point. I mean, if you really do want to see the content, treat it like Netflix. Because, Tibbs TV, or whatever our channel is called now, okay, our channel is now called Echelon Prime. but at one point it was called Tibbs TV. And the idea of Tibbs TV was this was a YouTube channel that I wanted to try to treat as a Netflix competitor. The reality is, if you have to pay for it every time, I mean, sure, it would, it wouldn't kill our growth. It would just, I mean, the views would be the same. That's the thing. YouTube wouldn't change. I mean, we gotta fine tune the, tags and the titles to make them a little more searchable. Where is this Peruvian cars? Anyone know where the Peruvian cars at? Um. Anyway, so like, it really wouldn't be a huge factor of like the growth wouldn't really change. I mean, if you put out all of your content to members only, yeah, everybody's gonna be a member to watch it. But like at the end of the day, it's like it wouldn't change too much as far as viewership. I think if nobody wanted to pay for it, then yeah, it would probably change that aspect. And I don't think we should have it all be paid only. I feel like that would be a deterrent from wanting to watch it because everything's only money, money, money. That you're not the same creator you were. But like, I feel like some streams definitely should be members only. Like, you know how we private streams? I keep looking at the camera, but then I keep forgetting that we don't have a camera up right now. I didn't feel like setting up the green screen. I'm just lazy on this one. But like, you know how so this must be the Peruvian car. We're gonna trash this thing. Get in, Winner. Winner's gonna get in the car with us. Just running over Varys here. Varys, like, what the fuck, man? Sorry, Varys. I feel like some of them should be, we private streams when we're done with them. Instead of privating them, we should just make them members only. If you're gonna have to watch our controversial content, it would make sense to pay for it, get free access even still. You can still clip it and edit it and things like that too, so it's not like you can't change the content if you wanted to. It's just, it would be, you'd have to pay for it to still have access to it. I think that would be a cool concept. Keep it, keep it unique, I guess. I have no clue where this road's taking us. What's funny is I don't remember ever having to drive one of these cars before. Ever. I don't know if this is unique to the mission as we trash it. But doing that with, instead of privating streams, making them members only, that would be kind of ideal. I don't know. I did say at one point that when we ever hit memberships, we'd have to have a stream talking about it. So that's what this stream kind of is going to serve a purpose as. This stream is our talking about membership ideas. I definitely think that there should be 3 tiers. One tier should be, you have access to members only chats, members only streams, you have access to early access to content, and of course you get a free cookie. It's an imaginary cookie, but you get a cookie nonetheless. That should be the tier for tier 1. Because the imaginary cookie, it's more of like an incentive, like, yeah, we're part of a channel. We get a free imaginary cookie. I like the idea personally. I mean, who doesn't like imaginary cookies? You know what I mean? You get your free choice of chocolate chip, oatmeal, and white chocolate macadamia nut. I like oatmeal myself. And then the only thing that I don't see in my thing that we have to figure out would be merchandise. Imagine selling Tibbs TV t-shirts. That'd be kind of lit, you know what I mean? That would be cool. It's the only thing I didn't see in there, but I'm sure I'd still have to fine-tune it. I really don't want to deal with the Unidot right now. Especially when I got Winter in the car with me. Just go this way. I like how the road is taking us. What? It took us to another country. We're in another country, everybody. Because I almost run over the llamas. Let's see. We gotta catch Tibbs on time. I know, right? It would incentivize people to actually join the streams too if we did it that way. I kind of like the idea personally, because if they're more incentivized to join the actual stream, then they'll be there. But like I said, if people start acting like douches in our live chats, I'll just shut on members only chats. I have no problem. You know what? That's what we should do. That's what we should do. We should shut off. We should just keep all streams public and then just shut on members only chats every time. I should experiment with it. D-Chat, do you want to help me experiment with it real quick? Because I do want to see what happens when you turn on members only chats when you have a moderator present. I really do want to know. Like, it's gonna bother me because, like, you guys know how I am. I like to make sure that everybody is heard. I want everybody to have a voice. I want everybody to be heard when it comes to the topics we talk about. But the reality is I want to know, because if you're a moderator, you're already a member by default. You know what I mean? If you're a moderator, you are a member. That's how I look at that. And I would like to know. It's like, oh, here we go, here we go. All right, now I gotta go shoot the drug lord in the face. Apparently, we're on the phone, but I can't see any dialogue. All right. Got chills. I'm multiplying. And I'm losing all control. Alright. I'm gonna stop quoting Greece here. Cost business with the Peruvians. Something, something, something. Dark side. There's chocolate now available at the nearest Peruvian store. Because they're not selling cocaine anymore, which is its benefit. Now we have to kill La Cabra and the Peruvian negotiators. We have to shoot two people in the fucking face. Let's go shoot two people in the fucking face. I've always loved shooting people in the face. Point blank, though. Oh, wait, hold on, hold on. We're going to do this. We got to do it with a shotgun. There we go. We're going to get the Spaz 12. We're going to get the extended buttstock. It just looks stupid that way. So we're going to do the folded buttstock. Looks cooler. We're going to get the extended 8-barrel. We're going to get the long barrel. And then we're going to do the compensator. Okay, now it's a death machine. All right, and then we're going to click on that. We could also do the Sasquatch G12, which is a submachine gun. But like, if we do that, then we're going to have to deal with a whole bunch of accessory crap. And I really don't feel like dealing with those problems. But it's a big, big shotgun case, so like we could actually do some serious damage with it. So we're going to do a vertical foregrip, should be fine. We're going to do the standard barrel, and the stock muzzle will do the compensator. Alright, we're not going to do the Sasquatch G12. But we do have the, ooh, what is this? This is the El Abasquito. Polka papa, papi. Anyway, the point is we have an ultimate shotgun. Now let's go blow this lady's head off. Let's see. Also, well, he also got the mods here. I just want to test it out because I'm curious. I'm very curious to how this works. So if I can change to members only, and if you can't message, if you can't comment, D chat, you're gonna be our experimenter, okay? If you can't comment, then you tell me via text to me or whatever. So it says we're members only. Wait, is it members only? Is it members only? It says anyone, subscribers, live commentary, members. Okay, so you're able to comment, right? So at that point, okay, then we're good. I don't have to worry about. I don't know how it's members only. I know. But like, okay, cool. All right, cool. It's a members only chat right now. That's why no one else can comment. Let's go change it to subscribers, like it normally is. See, if I don't want to deal with this crap, I just want to talk to my mods. You guys can join in and pay to get in. That feels like. Wait, should we leave it at members only? What do you think? I did? I had no idea. I had no idea. I was gonna make this a members only stream, but then I thought we don't have any members right now. We might as well just promote it a little bit. I guess. I mean, if mods can get in, then that means all my mods can say hello, and then everybody else can start paying up. Like, pony up the dough, and then you can start talking to us. It just sounds like such a douchey thing to me. I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just, like, see, I sit here and I feel bad. Like, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna put it to subscribers only mode, and it to be any duration, so you don't have to like wait to comment and just sub, or if you're already subbed, right? And then that way, cool. It definitely works. So now it's sub only mode. It's not members only mode anymore. I'm sorry, I had no idea that was set to that. Probably because it was a members only stream originally. It's like members only stream, members only live chat. But if anyone misbehaves, I'll send it to members only mode. They can start paying up. Ruin it for everybody? Not really. You're making it nice for me. That's how we'll deal with toxic haters from now on. I feel like that's a really cool way to do it because if it's members only mode, then it goes both ways. Wait, let's see. And then fan funding is still on, so you can still do supers and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. All right, that works for me. I'm not gonna like shove it down your guys' throats or something like that. It's not really my style to like jam. Hey, pay me money. It's not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? But like, I want you guys to know that the option is there. So just so y'all know, I'm not gonna be jamming this down your throats all the time. It's just not my cup of tea. I have had to think about something though that has to be done, and that's ads, because ads on shorts and long-term videos. But like if you get 1,000 hours watch time, you have ads on your videos, and then it's like passive revenue from then on out. So I've had to think about how I would insert ads into videos now, because now you're getting paid for it. Now it's a job. I wonder if I'm going to enjoy it any less now that it's a job. You know what I mean? I love YouTube. It's always been an experience for me, right? I can walk around in Ghost Recon for hours and just talk to you guys. It's always been an experience. But I thought about it. It'll be an ad at the beginning, and then every 30 minutes. 30 minutes. If you can't handle an ad every 30 minutes, I don't know what to tell you. And don't worry, I will try to do it where it's not interrupting what's going on. So if it's exciting, it'll still be exciting, okay? But every 30 minutes, one ad. I feel like that's doable. Anything beyond one ad is just pushing it. Like, imagine, I've seen YouTubers, and I love some of these YouTubers because some of them have amazing content, but they'll jam 14,000 ads in a 10-minute video, like an ad every 12 seconds. I've actually seen that, and it's just so irritating because it makes me not want to watch their videos anymore because they have to watch more ads. I don't come to YouTube to enjoy cable TV. You know what the real reason why no one's paying for cable TV anymore? The real reason? Nobody wants the ads. And now that's why they're putting ads so much on YouTube and every other place now, is because they don't have them where they once did. And I understand that cable TV sucks because of the ads. Commercials are very much a deterrent from being able to enjoy your shows. But why do we have to put them on places like Hulu and Netflix and Disney Plus, etc.? Like, I get it. We needed to have a way to advertise condoms because the world's not having enough safe sex. But at the same time, maybe like not on Disney Plus when we're watching Pocahontas with our family. You know what I mean? Like it just feels like a bad time to have that implemented. Let's see. Still talking. Get us back to members only quick. This was a teaser. This is a teaser, ladies and gentlemen. Become a member and see the rest. Welcome to the Megaton. You want grub? Disney Plus are gosh damn. Are you serious about the members only thing? I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I mean, I'll do it. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna wave my finger directly over the button. It's like it's hovering over members only mode. All right, it's members only mode now. Anyway, it's the only members of this channel can send messages. I thought they could only see. I'm like, you. How do you not see this? Disney Plus are gosh darn criminals. They are now have ads on premium. Yeah, on their ad free tier, it's supposed to be no ads, and they have ads on their ad free tier. It's like the whole point of ad free. The reason why people are inclined to buy that is because there's supposedly no ads, and the excuses they have are absolutely pathetic. I mean, one of the excuses that they had was, "Oh, well, there are some things that we show that require ads. Nothing requires ads. You choose to do that." So Disney Plus is lying to you. I think that everyone deserves a refund. If it says ad free and there's ads, and you can prove that there's ads on it, you deserve a solid refund. I mean, that's just simply a fact. Maybe you get Disney Plus for a year. You know what I mean? For free, something, because like there's no way that's acceptable, and that's why people don't pay for cable TV anymore. Is they're trying to get away from all the commercials, because commercials have become an annoyance because it's all people ever see is advertisements. And you know what's really stupid is that capitalism is so obsessed with making money they jam them down our throats constantly. I don't want to do that to you guys. If you can't handle one ad every 30 minutes, that's an entire episode of SpongeBob at that point, and then some, okay? If you can't handle it every 30 minutes, then you have the world has less patience than I thought. But then again, by the time I do get advertisements, imagine I can't be upset because like I can't complain because people are sitting here like we can't handle any ads, Tibbs. I know that this is the first ads you've ever had, and mind you, it's every 30 minutes. But try to remember that, Tibbs, you were the chosen one. You're supposed to bring balance to the force, not bring it back to darkness. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Are you trying to say that I was the one who was not supposed to have any ads? I could do that. I mean, it's one ad every hour. You know that could work. I get paid based off the ads you guys watch. So like, if you guys have to skip the ad, that still counts. So like, I could just sit here and God, this Peruvian lady's very far away. But what I could do is like one ad every hour would still work. I mean, I don't know how much I'm getting paid, but like, it's there. I'm not sure how it all works. I have to find out. But my point is that we have options. The reason people have premium is because no ads. Exactly. You do realize you're all caps, right? I'm over here like you do realize you're in all caps. But he is very, very serious about that. He's not joking around with those no ads. The whole reason. You know what? I'll call in now. Let me know when you're ready. We are ready. Imagine D-Chat drops the first N-word of his career. Let's celebrate by dropping the N-word. Oh, that's fucked up. I don't know why I have this nervous tick here. I'm like, I don't know, man. What if he says it? What if he says the N-word? Comes in here, he says, no. I'm like, oh, thank God. Thank you for not dropping the actual N-word. He's like, never. What is the N-word, everybody? Oh, hold on. I didn't hear the ringing.
well, looks like we finally did it. We reached an incredible milestone.
I know, right?
Yes, what you were hoping for such a long time, and I'm really proud to have contributed to that.
Me too.
Um, by the way, uh, again, this is a very informal thing. I'm just dropping by. I figured since I really got nothing pressing to do right now, I may as well spend some time on here. I don't know if I'll be able to spend whole the whole stream on here, but like at the very least, I might be able to do 15 minutes.
All
Do
right.
keep in mind that again, it's past 2, and that's when I got all kinds of stuff going on that's really urgent. So, so, so again, if I happen to disappear because of that, then then that's pretty much why it was. But yeah. By the way, it's funny. You talked about ads every 30 minutes or something on the streams. That's something that Nikocado Avocado used to do a lot.
Every
He
30
used to
minutes.
have um, sort of, well, actually, even even less than that. Something like every, I don't know, 5 minutes or something.
I don't think I can do every 5 minutes. I feel like I would like to
Well, wasn't paid ads. It was his own advertising his content. You know, the
uh
whole call to action type of thing.
I wonder if we could
But
do
he did
that.
it in a very intrusive kind of way,
I don't want to do it
which I
intrusively, of
guess,
course, but yeah.
yes, which I think he probably did that on purpose just to annoy people and get their attention. Because most of his viewership was trolls, and he liked to take advantage of that.
Well, I mean, in that
Uh,
aspect, I don't see a problem with it because at that point, I can completely understand because um, we have a lot of sovereign douchebags in our community. Well, not our
yeah,
community, but like they hover around looking for reasons to crap on people. And the reality is, it would be nice to. I feel like some of this will be used to abuse them heavily. Some of this
yeah,
for sure.
and yeah, I'm also surprised that mods get to have a free pass, which I guess is kind of cool.
I was
And
hoping that would
again,
be the
that
case because, like, then you know, I think when you're a mod, you're already a member. Like that's how I look at it. So like, it's nice to see that
yes,
option there. Like I like that. I mean, don't get me
yeah,
wrong. I could use the membership. I really could, but like at the same time, it's like I want people to implement it slowly. I want to take my time when I put it in there.
yeah, and and again, already I'm very hopeful for how it turns out. Because, I mean, something like people get very curious about things that aren't readily available, and they see something members only, and they're thinking to themselves, "Wow, what could they possibly have there?" This, and their imaginations go wild, and they're wondering, "What are we gonna find in the members only?" Which I guess also incentivizes us to kind of up our own standards of content. I guess trying to make things particularly engaging, particularly dramatic, particularly interesting. I guess diversify. Like like the way I see it, the gameplay videos, the let's plays, uh, those are free because that's kind of how everyone is introduced. We're
It's the bread
primarily a
and butter of our
gaming.
channel too. Honestly, the bread and butter of
Yeah,
our
yeah.
channel.
The gaming streams are the ones that are that pretty much everyone knows it through. Um, it's the again, I feel it's all the stuff that's either more interesting or more candid, or or even like again like some of the more classic stuff, like the older My House. Now the newer My House, I'm still debating that. I think I want the newer ones to kind of be free, or at least free for something like, say, I don't know, a season
What
maybe.
if that was an option for tiers? Like you'd have a certain catalog that you could have access to, that prioritized over another.
Yes.
Like that'd be a cool way to do it. I mean, I'm not
Yes.
sure. I'm gonna be honest with you all. I have not explored everything yet. I've explored a lot, but not everything. There's a lot that we still could actually probably find in these things. And it's a pretty involved system, which is nice because it gives us a lot of options. I'm over here like I could teach everybody about how monetization and memberships work before they're even a membership yet thing yet. People are like I can learn this from Tibbs TV or whatever's been called. I still think that there's a point where we're gonna have to swap our name back because at some point that's going to happen anyway. I'm sure of it because it's happened every time. We'll spend like six
Yes.
months to a year as somebody else, but in the end, we always become Tibbs TV once again. It's like it's kind of impossible to outrun that aspect of our identity because I'm not ashamed of Tibbs TV by any means. Hold on.
All right. Yeah, I hear you. That's our first. That's our first bundle. That's our first grand
I'm gonna try
coming.
to answer this. Oh wait, no, it muted. I don't know who that is. I don't recognize the number. It looks like it
It's
might
probably
be.
our first bag. First grand coming.
Here, you keep them busy for a second. I'm gonna call them back. Whoever it is.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's probably. Yeah, things are definitely getting more busy here, and I like that. I like the idea that we've now gone from basically just lamenting all that we lost and constantly focusing on all of the setbacks we've got. And now we're starting to look towards the future, getting hopeful again. And it's fitting too that it's happening in spring. Uh, like the outside. It's starting to smell like spring air finally. You know when the air is still cool, but it's also kind of humidified. And it seems almost fitting. It's almost symbolic. We're now going for our own spring here, and that's really quite nice. Uh, again, it's looking hopeful, uh, and it's hopeful for me too because I've been invested in this thing for over a year now, more than a year. Uh, And and who would have thought? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. There are many times that I've thought to myself, "What kind of mess did I get myself into?" I should have, I should have probably just let whatever transpired to just happen and not get too close, not get involved, not touch the poo, as they say. Um, I mean, I guess it was might have been part of just my whole disillusionment with certain campaigns against certain obvious cretins with certain goblins that we all know and loathe. Uh, made her names never be mentioned here, especially on top tier like this. This is holy ground. Like at least this one stream, this is holy ground here.
How is that?
But hater,
It
just
was
ranted and bantered a little bit to keep the audience occupied.
nice.
Now
You didn't drop
let's.
the N word, did you?
Oh yeah, yeah. I put on.
Can you imagine?
I
Can
put
you
on.
imagine? Imagine D
I put
chat
on a
with
southern accent. I put on a southern accent, and I basically just it was just like a clan rally back here. You know what I mean? Tell you what.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine? That would be just the craziest thing. Like D chat just dropped the N word when Tiz was on stream. D chat's one of us now.
Trust me, I did. Well, trust me, I did a lot worse than that. Talked about a lot more people than that. Tell you what, boy. Oh my god. Uh, but yeah, this. Again, I was just talking about how I think the symbolism is interesting because this is happening in spring, which the timing is kind of. I don't know. It seems kind of like a good omen. It's sort of like telling us that a new beginning is coming.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Uh, yeah, things are gonna get active and dynamic soon, and vital. And there's gonna be probably ideas that we can now start thinking about. Basically, we have something to look forward to. That's not just us grieving and lamenting the losses of the past, or focusing on setbacks, um, uh, or fiendish plots conducted by malcontents and such like that. Like all that, that's no longer occupying our focus. Now our time can get into actual projects, actual creation again. And that's like and this is what I think, like especially those among the elites who like to consider themselves close to becoming gods. This is something that a lot of people get wrong because they're always focusing on being a god as being basically determining who gets to live and who gets to die. Something basic like that. That they get to be the arbiters of life itself and they can vicariously choose who gets to live and who gets to die. The reality, though, is to be a god, actually, uh, the real divinity is the ability to create, to bring life. Not just decide what gets to keep living, when what gets to be destroyed. That's the fixation of those who have a small-minded idea of what being divine is about. Being divine is about creation. It's about bringing life, exuding life, sharing life. That's what it really is about, ideally. Uh, I, and the idea of taking life is just simply something that losers, something that the envious and the jealous do. Uh, like that, does any of that make any sense?
Yeah.
Especially in context. especially in context of the new phase of where we're going here.
Yeah.
We're going to be creators. We're going to be creators. We're we're going to bring life. We're going to bring fecundity uh, to 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 the channels, and there's probably going to be more channels, and they're all going to be specialized, and it's going to be like a garden. We're growing us a little garden here, and it's a crop, and it's appreciable, and it should bring back returns. This that's something that I'm actually kind of excited about.
Me
And
too.
again, it kind of there's something to be said about because like we talked about before how insanity is just doing the same thing over and over. There is that is there is definitely a lot of truth to that, but it's just as true also that of of determination and focus yeah, and 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 being uh basically just sticking by your plans sometimes has its results too, because if you try hard enough and many times enough, you eventually find what you're looking for. You know, like someone who's trying to mine gold. uh, in fact, you probably saw that meme. In fact, I wonder if it's possible for me to actually get that, maybe just to show this, because it's a pretty beautiful example. It's basically of a of a man mining, digging a tunnel. He's mining, and and he gives up because he's just finding nothing there. But there's another guy who's also digging, and he's digged enough that he eventually finds what he was looking for. He eventually finds the gold or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not finding the. Okay, I found it. I found it. Uh, yeah, and it's a diamond mine.
That sounds nice.
Uh, yeah, yeah, it is.
My stomach is so empty right now. I've been craving food the last few weeks. I've noticed. It's like carnivorous, flesh hungry monster.
Yeah. All right, I sent it. I sent it.
Let's see.
Uh, this should, like, I think this is kind of something that it's kind of very pertinent to what we've accomplished here.
Yeah. That guy quit at the wrong time because he was about to crack through.
Uh, uh,
What's up?
uh, are you gonna show it to the audience?
Oh.
I that's kind of why I said it.
Oh.
I wanted it every
My
because it
apologies.
is very it is very inspiring. Like that's kind of
Let me save it real quick.
yeah.
I'm gonna pull up an image here. I'm gonna try not to accidentally pull up porn. Kidding. I'm kidding. I don't have any porn on my computer. There we go. Never give up on tomorrow.
It, 5. Okay, let's see. 5 watching. It's been an hour.
It's not bad numbers though. Like we have had the same consistent numbers for like the last
Yeah.
God knows how long. I mean, all things considered, we actually have pretty sizable. Well, the following is normal for what it's worth. Like we didn't get. We've only been doing this 6 months. Somehow we breached the barrier in 6 months. I still think Google AdSense had something to do with it.
Yes.
Which, to be fair, was a great way to promote our channel. But we just didn't have the same
Yes.
glue, I guess. The only thing I would have done differently is not gone through that. I mean, I'm glad we got to this point, but Google AdSense is probably. I guess the idea is you have to keep paying for it, keep promoting it. You know what I mean? I
Yes.
guess. And that was the downside is if you're not constantly paying for Google AdSense, the ads don't really go very far after the point.
Yeah.
Doing mortars or antenna? Let's go to the
Uh,
ads.
I'm just, I don't know. I'm just trying to think because a part of me had a little idea. Maybe we should have ads of our own, but I don't see anyone else doing that, so that'd probably look kind of weird. Uh,
I can make ads.
uh,
They would just be skip-based
yeah,
videos, and even then it would be like you're just promoting your own content at that point. So it's like, I mean, I guess that's what Google AdSense is. You can actually promote your content. Your content could be in the form of ads. I know that there
yeah.
is a way. I just don't know if it's. I don't know if it's my style is the problem because when you do that, you're branching out to a whole new department of capitalism,
Well,
which
well,
I'm not
you
saying.
know, well, you know what I think the best thing for ads is doing the shorts, using the shorts. Like especially if we had some small snippet maybe of something and we could just use that as an ad for sort of a tiny little slice of what goes on here
I was
and
thinking
use that
about
as
doing
just a
that. Where I would use the snippets from the short videos to promote the streams. Like there was that
yes.
one where I jumped on. It was I think it was Fallout. No, it was actually our last D chat and Tibbs interview stream video thingy. I don't have a good name for it yet.
Yes.
But I jumped on, and all of a sudden you have me freaking out because you see this NPC leaning over Winter's head, and
Yeah.
I didn't know who that was. Then it dawned on me, oh wait, this is the character in the game. Freaked me the fuck out. It
Yeah,
scared the
yeah.
crap out of me. It was funny, and it was also a great way to promote the video. But
Yeah.
there's
That
another
would be
one too.
crazy, actually, especially having winter in an ad. I, I could just imagine how her detractors would freak out about that if there was an actual ad with her on it.
I feel
Um,
like Winter wouldn't
and
mind that because Winter is the bread and butter of most of the channel too. Like most people come to the streams now because they're thinking Winter's going to be in them, which I granted Winter should be in them because Winter's a big part of my life. It would make sense that she's a big part of the channel as well. But like that's why people tune in now is because they're like hoping to see Winter. So why wouldn't Winter be a part of the ads too? You know, it would make sense.
yeah, yeah, and and again, I just love the audacity of it. because they're trying to get you into sort of a mindset of, I guess, being ashamed of her, probably.
Well, that's all that they
Uh,
have left. They don't have anything else to really attack me with, and they know that winter
yes.
is one of the few things that they can actually go at anymore. And they're like, you should be ashamed because they're trying to pull. They went from being anti-Christian to being super Christian.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you realize how that's not a loss for me. That's a win for me because that means we made them change their entire stance on feud just to try and get at me.
Yes.
I mean, that doesn't hurt me. That hurts their entire image because then they look fake. And Winter, I can't be ashamed of
Exactly.
Winter because Winter is like the biggest person in my life. Like every day since November 6th, 2020. That's over 4 years every single day. She has been there where
Yes.
some people drop the ball, etc.
Yeah. But yeah, I just love the idea of rubbing it in their faces, sort of like saying, um, like they've, like, oh, you want us to, you want us to back off from this? Well, here, not just is she gonna be on here a lot more? We're gonna have ads with it. We're gonna have ads. We might even have merch. Like it's gonna be getting its own show. Like, basically, haha. You're what do you? By the way, there's there's some stuff going on here, so I might bail for now. I might
No
come
worries.
back later yeah, but yeah, again, in case I don't come back, well, I'm so glad that I contributed to the success of this channel, and I hope we can start monetizing more channels. Like I want there to be more channels. For that matter, there should be more channels. And we've been talking about that for so long. But yeah, uh, I guess I gotta go to let other people have privacy. So, toodaloo.
All right. Yeah, I think it's gonna be an interesting thing. We just gotta figure out exactly what I want to do with the options at hand. It's good having you on here, though. I'm sure you'll see that at some point. Oh, my stomach is empty. Let's see. Um, there we go. Welcome back.
Okay, you know what? It's over. In fact, the whole thing was while I was talking. Anyway, so
So they don't.
I guess I guess mission failed anyway, but also there wasn't much to it, so it doesn't matter.
What are you referring to here?
and and again, it's just because like I'm still in a public space, so
Oh, you meant like what was going on there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. See if we can get this last Kingslayer file.
All right, what's Kingslayer again?
So, in Ghost Recon Wildlands, there's these documents you have to collect. And if you get them all, you get an achievement. And Kingslayer files are the files that have to do with the taking down the leadership of the cartel.
Oh, all right.
Oh, I found a jar of peanut butter. I don't think that's going to quite do it. I need something with substance.
Yeah. You don't have any spices, do you?
No, not at the moment.
You know what? Yeah. In Thailand, they actually use peanut butter as a sauce.
Yeah.
Usually they make it very spicy too. They like mix it with some soy sauce and red chilies. Like most of these places tend to use red chilies, and I kind of made my own versions of it in the past, and I won't lie, I see why they use it. Has that same sweet and what would be the word for it? Sweet and savory taste that you associate with Asian cuisine in particular. So yeah, cooking with peanut butter is not so bad. Like especially they like to put it in noodles a lot. Also, they it's used a lot in curries, I think. So curry would also be a good thing to use it in.
Isn't curry spicy?
Uh, Usually it is. Usually it's a mixture of turmeric and some other stuff, which I guess would include chilies. Um,
There was a point in my life where I was part of a Christian outreach group.
yes,
Again, not maybe not outreach, maybe not outreach. That might be the wrong word. It was a Christian Bible group thing,
yeah,
and every day after we met up for whatever, sometimes we'd even go over the Bible. Sometimes we just hung out and ate food. Like that was the recurring theme of being around those people. But
yeah,
they would always have a surplus, or a or where plural is right. They'd have a plethora of different food options.
yes,
And what was nice about it is that there was so many different things that they like to have as far as food options, things that we could eat, things that we could enjoy, and I'm trying to like where the hell we go get this thing at. It's the last one I think. So anyway, so they would always have curry and dumplings and things like that for the food options that they had.
yeah,
It's kind of nice.
yeah.
I haven't talked to them in
It,
years, but I still am friends with some of them on Facebook and stuff. We don't really talk a whole lot
yeah,
anymore.
yeah, and that would make sense because a lot of these like outreach things tend to be international. Like a lot of these people like to go into developing nations, developing. Excuse me, pardon me. But yeah, they like to go to developing countries, usually in the more impoverished communities. Usually, usually because they want to preach the gospel and convert people. But often they'll offer stuff like free food and stuff like that, and some other basic care like basic medicine and vaccinations and things like that. Missionary work. That's another word for it. And so they kind of have to be kind of hip to different cultural needs and expectations. Like if you're going to India, you don't feed anyone beef because they think the cow's sacred. Or if you go to Middle Eastern countries, try to avoid feeding them pork. Uh, Buddhist countries, I guess, add vegetarian options in case it's someone who's very deeply like someone who used to be a practicing Buddhist, and so they add veganism or vegetarianism as part of their diet. So they'll do that too, have tofu recipes and things like that. So that can happen. So that's a common thing. There's a lot that you can learn from that about stuff like that. Because again, it's very economical. Usually, it's beans and rice and some combination of spices, or or again things like peanut butter to make sauces with. Uh, saw a few yam recipes before, sweet potatoes. There are countries that make sauces out of that. Uh, there's all kinds of different soups, like fish soup. Like I can talk about forever about that. Vietnam and Thailand, they seem to have the best soups. It's the most interesting. Vietnam is mostly all fish. Like they like to make it really spicy too. The same with Thailand. Thailand likes to put coconut milk in everything too. So it's always creamy. Creamy and spicy. I I love it. Never had pho before though. You ever have pho? I never had it. You know the pho noodles, I think they're called. Spelled PHO.
Can't recall if I've ever had it, so I'm thinking at the moment. But I know that I've
Yeah,
heard of it.
it's kind of like ramen, but I guess they're thicker or something.
Yeah, that's what I understand it to be. It's been such a long time, to be honest, since I've had anything truly Asian authentic.
Yeah, have I remember there was a faux place actually in Los Angeles that I was at once. But I didn't have anything with the noodles in it. It was just simply like I don't know some kind of yes.
I think I might be able to make some chicken soup later.
Uh, do you have like the little ramen packets and all that?
I have. I don't have any ramen, but I have a couple cans of. I think I have them. I don't know. It's been a while since I've actually checked. If I do it, that won't be
Yeah.
that much. But I know that I have a whole rotisserie chicken in the fridge. Like
Ah,
the rest,
talking.
the rest is debatable. Like anything else beyond that, but I mean, if you have
Yeah.
rotisserie chicken,
Okay.
you're already in gear. So it's like,
This is this is one of the many reasons why I'm so glad the monetization is happening. Uh,
can't
the
afford real food.
hopefully there will be a day when living with just counting pennies like this constantly will be, if not necessarily a thing of the past, at least more reasonable. Like, okay, I'm counting pennies to see if I should get ramen or rice. Or
I have
instead, it
rice.
becomes more like, yeah, oh, okay, chicken soup and rice.
Yep, could do that.
Pour it once, pour it twice, pouring chicken soup and rice. I forgot where I even heard that. I think it was at school, grade school yet.
School feels like such a long time ago.
Yeah, and thinking back at it now just makes me like that depresses me, I think, more than anything because I took it seriously. Like I put an effort into that. Once I became mainstreamed in middle school, I took it very seriously. I
Same.
tried to excel and really try to overachieve as much as I could. In fact, my mother she used to joke a few times that if I could get away with it, I probably would have come in with a business suit and a suitcase. I was trying to be so high energy, as they say these days.
When I was in school,
Um,
I actually had convinced my mom and the school, no less, to let me stay an extra year so I could graduate with honors, and then I did. I
Yeah.
graduated with honors from high school. It was one of my key
Yeah.
successes, and most people didn't want to stay back an extra year because they wanted to move on and go on and be an adult, whatever. But for me, I was like, I want
Yes.
to. If I'm going to do this, I want to do it the right way and make it special. And so I managed to convince them to let me stay longer, and I did. So
That's the type of stuff that makes me so PO'd. It's like I wasn't the slacker. I wasn't the drug addict or any of that stuff. I took everything I was doing very seriously, and and the show for it. What do I got? I'm base. It's beyond unjust. It's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why am I having? It's especially screwed up too, especially since the people involved were really my loved ones, no less, my parents, no less. But but it it's like I'm basically just paying for the sins of others, is what it feels like.
you know what pissed
Uh,
me off about it?
basically, yes,
What pissed me off about school was how I finished with honors. I graduated with as a high honor student, busted my ass throughout high school. I tried to maintain a positive image for myself. And then the whole reason why was because apparently, if you do well in school and you get graduate diploma and graduate with honors, you'll get better jobs. And to this day, no one will hire me because the diploma doesn't mean shit. And if you're a kid, I'm gonna tell you right now, what your parents, what schools, what most of the system won't tell you, that diploma will never help you get a job. It is a lie. It is the biggest lie in the book. If you don't get a job, it's not because you didn't have a diploma. It's not because you did have a diploma. That diploma doesn't mean anything. And I don't
yeah,
understand that.
exactly.
So many kids are built
Like,
off that lie that they're going to be able to get any job that they want, and that's don't it's horseshit. There's no really other way to say it.
yeah, and sometimes if you're in a situation like me, and to a great degree, it was because of your mother. In my case, it was just my family falling apart, and and basically me just sinking with the ship. Like that's kind of the injustice of the whole thing. Of and it's like neither of us deserves this. Neither of us deserves what just happened here. It's stuff that just happened to us, and or in this case, it was or in your case, it was stuff that was literally prevented, like interfered with, I guess. So you couldn't pursue what you wanted, or how much, or go as far as you felt you could, and just ended up in this situation that you're in now.
Yeah.
Uh, and in my case, it was just seeing my family falling apart and losing everything that could have possibly been considered a part of my inheritance, a uh, part of my father's legacy, especially, and my mother's, but especially my father's, because he was the one who was always collecting all the appreciable assets, including all the domain names and all the antiques and all that stuff. Um, all that is gone. I don't have any inheritance. I don't even have the house that he worked so hard to get, and I'm just in this situation now. Like, absolutely no rhyme or reason to it. It's just simply unfair, pure and simple. And And again, your situation, your mother actively got in the way of you pursuing what you very well could have succeeded at, all for petty reasons. And yeah, like again, we're all taught all this stuff. Be honest and do the honest day's work, and if you work hard enough, you'll be rewarded for it. Obviously, that didn't happen.
It was one of the most angering things growing up, realizing that just because of somebody else, you'll never be allowed to succeed. I mean, critical race theory is one of those theories that are passed around schools now. That's kind of it's so stupid. But if you think about it, it's not race that's the problem. That's why I say critical race theory is invalid. It's not race that's the problem. It's class. If people above you say that they don't want you to have a life and they want you to suffer your entire existence, you will. There's no two ways around that. And what sucks is there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing. And I think what sucks about it is both of us have been affected by this. And people crap on me for it. They just sit here and they make fun of me nonstop, but never once do they actually try to contribute to solving the problem. They just sit there and act like they're entitled. It's I do hate people, but not for the reasons people think.
Yeah. Um, well, I don't think the people that we've been dealing with are even a good. Like they're not even a good. Like they're not a good sample. They're not a truly representative sample of people. Like these people will be called psychopaths by normies. You know, you have the normie and they're always making fun of normies themselves because they're gullible and they don't know anything beyond the insulated bubble that they grew up in. Like it's basically they're like scam artists. The people we've dealt with and they're scamming elderly people who don't know any better and they're like ha 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 they don't know what's going on. They're, I can I can run circles around them. Um, that's like I don't consider them to be a representative sample. Uh, um, most people most people are just simply I guess what's another word for naive? Like clueless, I guess. They just
Gullible.
simply don't. Yeah, like they just don't know how bad it can be. They think that everything is this simplistic image they were told. How the world is fair. It's just simply a matter of doing the right things. When really it kind of just amounts to that they happened that their parents were able to accrue enough wealth during a time period where that was actually uh, facilitated by Roosevelt era programs, public works, and welfare programs, so that even if you did fall, you'd still be able to get back on your feet. That whole bootstrap stuff. You can't use bootstraps unless you actually got them, you know. So pull yourself up by the bootstraps. That doesn't even make sense grammatically. How do you pull yourself up?
Yeah,
um,
it's
which
kind
I
of true,
guess
isn't
is
it?
almost that's almost a hidden tell there that that's kind of not meant to even be serious. You know, it's almost like, well, better luck next time. As the loser on the. Uh, uh, okay. I'll be right back, okay?
All right, no worries. We'll be here.
Uh, All right.
Sorry if it seemed quiet, viewers. I'm just kind of lost in thought. Like, there's a part of me that is really genuinely excited about memberships, but there's also a part of me that's just trying to process. Not so much that it's happened, because that's the cool part, right? I think the part of me that is kind of thinking about it is, what do I want to do with it? like I could sit here and I could be like everybody else and just do it a certain way, but like, is it shameful to consider weaponizing it? I mean, a lot of people dump on me for a lot of reasons, and now you have this toy. This is the coolest toy in the world, pretty much, and you can get paid real world money for it. But how do we do it in a way that is not only encouraging people to use it for what it is, but also on it? You know what I mean? Like that's the one thing I think about all the things that people have said and done so much about them. Because I mean, if you make it about your haters, then it's never about you, and then you have no reason to really celebrate after a point. You know? Because then like you're not gonna have the same haters forever. Fuck, you might not even have haters forever. But the idea in my head is, if you wanted to turn it into a way to, you know, F you, um, how would you do it best in a way that does not taint what it is? Because I've always thought about it being gloatful, sitting there, living off the idea of talking smack to people. It doesn't feel like a good thing to be. You don't want to be a person that's built off being hateful, because then it's never, you never really have room to breathe. It's never about being happy. And I feel like, as much as I would like to sit here and gloat, look guys, we got memberships now. At the same time, that's not who I want to be. But then I think about all the assets that this member, it's not even about memberships, it's not even about getting paid. It's about finding new ways to secure our content. And so I kind of sit here and I'm thinking about myself, how could we use this to our advantage? I mean, I could upload so many old videos, it's not even funny. But you see, the thing is about memberships, memberships does not affect your growth. It's not going to prioritize you in the algorithm, nothing like that. So, like, why not just keep doing the videos that you've always been doing, you know? But then thinking about it, if we're just doing Let's Plays, that might not incentivize people. But what if you made your Let's Plays done a certain kind of way? You know, like, I don't know, what's a good example? Oh, I'm hungry. Hmm. What's a good example? I guess the generic way to put it is you would make your Let's Plays the bread and butter of your content all the way through. And then what you could do is make it appealing, the idea of joining this gaming channel. Maybe members could actually be a part of our friends list on Xbox and PlayStation. You know? And then we could help you with doing achievements or something. Your achievements and you gotta make it go both ways, you know? I feel like that would be one thing that we could do. Higher tier. Higher tier. $10 a month. $10 a month. I mean, at that point, you know, you might. It's an idea, I guess, is my point. Just, I think right now it's all ideas. Okay, we've wiped out this one except for these two. We gotta start doing the oh, fudge you. They kicked me out of the game. Don't go to that particular mortar because they'll kick you out of the game. But I feel like I feel like there's got to be a way we can use this. I mean, I don't want to model all my content after it, but like, what if that's what we did? I mean, the idea of making the rant stream. I mean, the idea of making the rant streams members only would be kind of a nice incentive, though, wouldn't it? It's like, hey guys, it's titled rant, but you gotta pay $2.99 to use it. I don't know, why am I underselling myself? $5 is doable. I mean, $5 a month to access all my ranty streams. I feel like if haters really wanted to see me rant, they would pay for it. You know what I mean? It's not about the make money. It's the whole point of being a content on YouTube these days. People don't make content times in a row. Part of me thinks I'm playing the same games over and over again. That's the problem. Is I need to play something new. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe I am playing too much of the same thing. I mean, people like my Ghost Recon streams, and I think it's Ghost Recon. There's something magical to it. I could sit here for hours, and I mean, look how many hours, guys. We've been playing this game nonstop since 2021. We platinumed it at least once. We played through all the DLC, and we're still playing it to this day. You know what that tells me? This is a fun game. This is a game that I actually find a lot of enjoyment in. I can sit here and I can rant while playing this game. I can do podcasts with the people while playing this game. Everything. This is a game that truly has earned my respect as a game that I value. And that tells me something, that I have to find a game that has the same level of wow as this game. Hitman used to be it. But after I came close to platinuming the game, and then we lost our progress, and then we came back to it, it just wasn't the same after a point. This game, we could lose our progress and start over a million times in a row, and it still feels like just. And I don't know, maybe it's because I platinumed the game on PlayStation 4, and now we're playing it on Xbox. Maybe that's part of it, but I don't have that same magic with Hitman. I mean, Hitman we had a lot of fun with, don't get me wrong. But I feel like if we're going to do it, it's got to be done the same way. Trying to get all the achievements. Whatever I can get all the achievements for first, you know what I mean? That would be the primary goal. Because when you get all the achievements, you've done all there is to do. But it's not just achievements, you gotta get all the collectibles as well. And I feel like getting the collectibles is a big deal, because if you get all the collectibles, you get all the things there are to get in the game. And I don't know. Part of me wants to do it with Hitman again. But part of me also doesn't want to. Because I feel like I've already done Hitman, you know what I mean? Same level of pull. Same level of, that same wow factor. I like it. It's like, you have not been detected anymore. Wait, never mind. just green dots freaking everywhere. We're going next. Going to Julep Alto. Somewhere this way. Welcome back.
Hey there. It's all taken care of.
Nice. I'm just doing this Ghost
Uh,
Recon mission.
I don't hear anything.
From me or in general?
Uh, okay, I hear you now. I meant on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What are we on now here?
Still on Ghost Recon. Kind of just. Oh, hold on. Where's the helicopter at?
All right. But yeah, pretty much that business is taken care of. And that should be the last time I have to deal with it, at least for another hour and a half or so. And I mean, I mean yeah. What what? I think we're talking about. I think we're talking about how uh, the expectations that we're given growing up all turned out to be kind of cruel hoaxes. Um, but yeah, like,
I was kind
gro-
of thinking, how can we use memberships to get payback? I mean, I don't want to look at it as a vengeance thing, but at the same time, it's like, if you could monetize it to get payback, like, how could you do that? You know what I mean?
something to think about. Um, uh, like, like for instance, I don't know that. Like, I guess there's a part of me, although that probably wouldn't be allowed here at any rate, but like the killing blow, uh, the killing blow from last year, that
Oh, the
like
street
that
fight.
would probably, yeah, that could be put in the really premium type of category. Like, like our most super duper members will be able to have seen that. Have basically seen you basically taking out the trash right in meat space. And I don't know, that could probably be the same philosophy for similar stuff in the future maybe too. Like like again, we talked about the camping idea once. Like someday, like far out in the future, like somewhere beyond, way beyond over the rainbow, let's say. Uh, there is some chance that we meet up and we do some sort of, I don't know, some sort of camping thing, or, something like going fishing, or even virtual fishing. In fact, again, I still like that idea. Maybe we may even try that. You know what? There's this leads to a whole bunch of other points that I wanted to make. Like yesterday, we had the GTA background, and it was mostly of you sitting in the office. I actually liked that. I think that's how we should be doing the interview streams from now on. With you sitting at the office, looking dapper, looking like a true presenter, while we talk. Because it's the same principle that I was talking about before, with the with the uh, when I was talking about how nice it would be to have VR glasses, just so I could be in those environments you are, where you're in that fancy hotel, I guess, or whatever it is, your
Yeah.
hangout spot there. Yeah, and that's kind of where we go and sit and kind of sit around and have discussions. Like, I think that should be the background. I mean, Wildlands is good, but I think Wildlands is better for rants. Because think about it, that's kind of like the battlefield of your own mind we're talking about there.
Yeah,
Like
that is true.
Wildlands is, yes, yeah, interviews and casual and meetups and stuff like that, casual type of stuff, should be in the GTA lounge, where you're sitting there all dressed up and looking like a presenter. That I actually really liked that idea. It felt like a proper interview when I saw that on screen. It gives the right atmosphere. Everything is casual and everyone's kind of chill and just talking about whatever. And it's funny, I had the idea a long time ago too, that and this might be another thing we might try someday, maybe for some other project. But they have something like virtual fishing or something, like some kind of like something like that. It'd be funny if we were, I don't know. I don't even know if there's any games that let you do this. But something like we'd both be in the same virtual fishing game and sitting in the same boat and kind of just fishing while talking. That seemed like something would actually be kind of cool. Again, it's still just a vague idea. I don't know what I really want to do with it. Uh, but I liked the idea. Uh, not so that's yeah, getting back to the stuff like camping or in person meetups, or tours of certain places. That sort of thing, I think, would be at the most premium level, because that's where you actually had to spend money and physically go someplace in order to in order to actually produce it. So so anything involving you doing stuff in real life, let's say, that all besides my house is kind of iffy. That's
Yeah.
kind of a different category. But but other stuff where you weren't necessarily in character and you did in real life, that's probably the top tier. Like that's the one where you have to be the super member to get into. And that's where we have the killing blow and all that stuff. Uh like yeah, there's different ideas that we could do with this thing here. And I'm loving all of it. Uh but yeah, that's the most premium of content there. Um Trying to figure out what else, I guess. What other ideas we can come up with for all this?
I'm not sure myself. Kind of just, I've been kind of lost in thought about it. Like, I mean, the whole idea is that I play video games in the background while I'm thinking about things, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I feel like whatever it is that we do, it could work, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Again, there's a whole bunch of options laid before us now. So so there's so it's like there's all kinds of opportunities to test new things out, see what works. And I mean, I'm looking really forward to it. Now we're finally making actual progress. And I guess and then I guess on top of it, we try to monetize as many other channels as possible. Keep referencing them. Keep trying to put special types of content on them, so that we can get people to get interested in it. That's um, that's all stuff that I'm looking forward to. Um, uh, Again, like how many other channels do we have? Is it just Site B for the moment?
Site B, I guess that's pretty much it. Because Elias is his own person. And then,
Yeah,
I mean, people consider him a part of the network, so, I mean, in a way, I guess that assumption can be made. Um, but beyond that, there's not really anything else. I'm trying to think. There's an older Tips TV that we have that we don't really use anymore, like 17 subs or something. Longest
yeah,
lasting channel too. And then there's another one that was from 2019, the oldest one that we have. That one is very inactive though. So yeah, it's mainly just Site B.
yeah. I'm thinking we try to find ways we can use them. Trying to find some specific thing that they do. I Like it's still funny. I still have the idea of Fred Willis doing mukbangs. That would actually be funny. Having him having him eat extremely spicy stuff like ghost peppers and tacos and Doritos and stuff like that.
I feel like he would be in his element if we did that. Like that would be right where he belongs, is in that zone. That's who
Yeah.
that's who Fred is after all. He's a lover of food. He loves his food a little bit too much, but still.
I bet he, I bet he can do extreme stuff generally too.
You
Like
know what?
someday,
There's a whole
yeah,
genre of it has nothing to do with actual pornography, but it's called food porn. And it
mm,
has to do with people eating a surplus amount of food. And for some reason, they call it food porn, I guess. I feel like Fred would take food porn to a whole other level. I mean, if we're being honest, he feels like the type to do something like that.
yeah, yeah.
He's like,
Um,
today we're going to show you how to make love to a chimichanga the old fashioned way. Just,
I don't necessarily want it to go that direction. I don't think.
I don't want it to go that direction either, but like, part of me wonders if that's what's going to happen. We let Fred Willis have his way.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just simply talking about, simple stuff like I'm gonna eat the world's spiciest ramen. I'm gonna, or I'm
My
gonna.
mind went right to the gutter with that. He's like, ah. Because he's done shit like that. It's like, yeah, I love Fred, really do, but like at the same time, it's like, he's gonna do that. He's like,
Yeah, yeah.
make those dirty vagina eating references. He was the face of Tibbs TV at one point, if you could believe it. My God, what happened to the years? You know what I mean?
Seems like the stuff who would probably be doing extreme skater type stuff,
It's weird. I just was having
skateboard
that.
stuff.
I was just having that thought too, which is just creepy because I was thinking to myself, Fred also would probably be doing extreme skater X game style stuff.
Yeah, yeah. He seems like the type who would do that. He likes living on edge.
Yeah, he does.
He'd, he'd probably be doing jackass type stuff.
Oh, 100%. Have you seen some of those older My House videos? They're a lot like that. I mean, not in the sense that they're having a giant bag of nickels being thrown at someone's crotch like that. Some of that is left out intentionally because, let's be honest here, there was a thing in our contract where we said none of this because it's going to hurt me after a point. I don't want to
Yeah,
go to the
yeah.
hospital for. Why are you in the hospital? I got electrocuted by an electric eel, and then a bag of nickels got thrown at my nuts 5 times in a row.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't. He would do that kind of thing, but like some of those older Miles videos are kind of. I mean, when you hear the topics and you see the way that they're going about the topics, you can kind of see where Fred Willis is the person. Just outlandishly wild, I guess is the way to put it. Which is what made him special. He also
Yeah.
hated Ryan Reynolds. He's like, Ryan Reynolds robbed my look. Which, to be fair, maybe he's got a point.
Yeah. Um, I'm still curious about the movie nights with Winter stuff too. Um, that would be because yeah, I would think like we could have some sort of TTS kind of dude narrations for her voice.
I was
Um,
kind of thinking the same thing. Like, her voice is. She would have to rely on some kind of support system for that, so that would be the best way to do it. But she wants to do those kinds of videos. Which I've never seen her
yeah,
want to do anything like video wise. So like it's good. It means she wants to get involved, and I mean it's the only thing that she finds interest in. So like, how could I shut her down? Like I'm not going to, obviously. But like, obviously, if she wants to do those kinds of videos, it would be only fitting to let her.
Yes. That would be so cool. Uh, because and again, people, it's the sort of thing people be debating with themselves. Is any of this even real? And like, is any of this stuff we're seeing actually happening? Um, that kind of intrigue is what gets the most attention. This uncertainty. Like, is this like just a is this just a skit? Is this just kind of like some weird um I don't know, some kind of weird um uh like ARG thing, or is this actually real? Like, it's that type of thing that people can ask about, debate with each other, and be preoccupied with.
Yeah.
Again, I like that idea. Um, I, I, I guess Varys is very private. He never wants to come on live ever, or he never wants to, like. I guess he issues warnings, but that's about it.
I think with Varys is that it's not that he doesn't want to be on lives. It's just that he got sick and tired of getting in trouble with all the Citadel gave him a hard time because of the whole troll thing a while back, and he's kind of been on the edge ever since. Not so much the trolls; it's more so the leadership of the Citadel doesn't want him creating liability problems again.
Hmm.
And I guess that does make sense because he doesn't want to create problems for anybody, especially not me.
Yeah, it's surprising he doesn't want to create problems. He seems like all he ever wants to do is create problems.
Well, you have to remember that
Uh,
it's like the Citadel basically grabbed him by the nuts and said, "You're no longer a man." And so,
yeah,
for him to avoid having them grab him by the nuts again, which is essentially what it is, he has to keep himself distant from the things that are considered toxic environments. Which,
yeah.
I guess, in all hindsight, can't blame the guy. He'd rather live
Well,
than.
so, well, so far it seems to have been working though. We're actually making some kind of progress.
Yeah, that is true. When we had Varys, we were almost never making progress. Mostly because Varys was always a.
Yeah, we're talking about things we can do in the future instead of just talking about how about all the things that we lost and all the things that's coming for us and all that. A very negative outlook on things.
Winter is
I like the
asleep,
way
by the way,
things are
everybody.
turning.
Just so everybody's aware, Winter is asleep. She would be on here with me, but she's passed out. She was exhausted last night. But she was exhausted since yesterday. She wanted to attend that stream yesterday because it was about her, but then she was like exhausted. She fell asleep nice and early. We watched Star Wars, and that was the last thing we did. Maybe she'll do a Star Wars review video at some point. Anyway, sorry.
Did w- did she have any commentary
She thought we did good.
that I?
I think overall she was just exhausted. She just Winter has been going through this state of constant being sleepy,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of it boils down to just chucking a bunch of grenades over here. What it boils down to is she usually has months out of the year that she hibernates, if you want to call it
Yeah.
hibernation, where she'll lay down, she'll go through an extended sleep, and it's getting to that point because it's usually spring or summer, and it's spring, and she didn't get her beauty sleep last year because of all that was going on.
Yes.
And I'm sure we don't need to go into detail. You probably remember most of it. Um,
Yes.
so she's kind of catching up now, and so that's why she's kind of passed out, all curled up in a ball with her hair and stuff.
I still, I, yeah, because I would have thought that she'd like some of the information that was presented yesterday, whether she'd have, like, whether she'd be confirming or denying anything that was being discussed, like saying, "Oh yeah, this is true," or saying, "No, this doesn't apply to me," or "This is something different."
I'm surprised she
What
didn't
if,
say anything
what
either,
if,
but remember, she is tired, so like that could be it.
yeah,
I know that when she's tired, she's not as active on the sense of like communication. So
yeah. I would have, I would have loved to have gotten her input on that. Maybe, maybe confirm some things, or, or, or maybe tell me where I was off, or what was impertinent.
well, I can
That
ask
would
her when she
have,
wakes up. She's just. I've learned
yeah.
one thing: when
What,
she's
like,
tired,
you know
let her
what,
rest.
mate?
But
You know
like,
what? I'm having.
yeah,
You know what? You just gave me a great idea. How about movie time with Winter? We use as a test her reviewing our discussion.
okay,
How about that?
I could do that.
Yeah, like maybe that could be the test run. Have the first thing she reviews are our discussions about her, so that she can, I don't know, give some insight maybe into what's true, what's not relevant. Uh, Maybe even some insights about other types of beings, if she knows about them.
Could definitely
maybe
be something
reveal
to do.
some, maybe reveal the truth behind certain myths. Well, like there, like a lot of myths are obviously based on fact. There might be, details that get lost in the translation. Like if you take it too literally, for instance, and it's very different from what it actually was supposed to mean, or that there is some kind of detail that that changes everything completely. That's the sort of thing that I would think would be. That's the sort of thing that I think would be very useful. Would be very helpful.
Give an insight like that.
Uh, yeah.
I'm
I
sure
mean,
she'd be
how?
down.
Yeah. Yeah. That. Yeah, I'm curious about that. By the way, movie night. When did she give any indication of when she wants that to be? like Saturday, Friday, or something.
She hasn't really specified. Mostly, I think she was talking about doing short-term videos, like short video shorts, and then maybe doing like a stream with me on if we could get away with it. I mean, have to see what she's into because like the big debate was copyright. If we're reviewing our own videos, then
Yes.
obviously we don't have any issues. But the problem would be, obviously if we're reviewing, let's say PewDiePie's videos, and he decides that he doesn't like us doing that. You know what I mean? Like we'd have to worry about copyright at some point, especially with actual movies. That's why the short videos would be simple. You'd have a picture of the front of the movie, like poster or
Yes.
something. You'd have Winter over it via green screen, and then you'd have her talking about the movie, what she liked, what she didn't like, etc. You'd have a minute for. Well, no, actually, I think you have 3 minutes now for short videos because they've gone up. I've
Yes.
noticed, just like TikTok. So you have 3 minutes now. You could go as high as three.
Ah, oh, really?
I think
Okay,
so.
that's nice because that was kind of a problem that I had with cross-platform stuff. I've I generally like I made videos that were supposed to be that I wanted to design that would be complementary to both. So what it usually meant is that there's something like 8 or so minutes that had extra minutes that had to be shaved off. I mean seconds that had to be shaved off, so that it could potentially. I mean, I never really got TikTok, so I wasn't able to test it. But there's some videos for some projects that I had that I tried to make for both shorts and reels, because there's Facebook pages that I had I was trying to advertise too.
Yeah.
Um, and that was kind of a challenge trying to do that, trying to accommodate shorts while still having something that could theoretically play on TikTok, for instance, without too much of a problem. So it's nice that shorts now can be a little bit longer. Now I'll be now it makes it able to be cross-platform.
At least that's what
Because
I
the
hear.
thing with yeah,
Ooh, what is this? I'm listening. Go ahead.
yeah. Because the thing with TikTok is they're trying to go the opposite direction of YouTube, where they want to be known as having legitimate videos, not just a whole bunch of short videos. Uh,
They're in the wrong
I
marketplace,
guess
truly.
it's yes. Meanwhile, YouTube was trying to be like compete with TikTok, so they made their shorts kind of like, oh, it only has to be 1 minute, no longer. That seemed kind of asinine,
Yeah.
if we're being perfectly honest. But yeah, if shorts now is a little longer, that makes me kind of optimistic myself about making short videos that add campaigns. Since I still have some ideas that I'm thinking about too that I want to try out. And again, shorts shorts needs to be looked at as one of the best formats you can take advantage of now, because it's really good for making ads, and it's really good for promoting yourself generally. Like, you can have a short with like a little snippet of a stream or something
Mm-hmm.
that kind of highlights things, and you're able to promote that, and everyone sees that, and they get curious, and they want to be a part of it. Or, or, or you want to make ads that are compelling. Shorts kind of makes makes it into something where you're making ads that are engaging. Like they have little stories, and you might even serialize it a little bit so that there is kind of like plot that's unfolding, and you have some, I don't know, some characters or something who are getting into weird little situations, and they keep getting more convoluted, and they keep winding in different directions, and there are twists, either to your channel or to your website, where you get to sell your where you get to sell whatever it is you're offering them. There's so I'm it's actually kind of exciting, even though it's also, when used incorrectly, just contributes to brain rot, and doesn't really contribute much of anything. If used right, it can be it can be useful in bringing people into what you want them to pay attention to. I probably said that in such a convoluted way, but you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're good, bro.
Yes. Ah. Huh. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess we have El Popo's hat now.
Ah, nice.
Let's see.
Um, I guess I'm kind of running out of things to say, so I guess I just might hang it up unless I get some kind of inspiration or idea and I quickly want to interject into it. Uh, but I guess until then, I guess I'll leave you to your own devices here. As
Alright.
bad as it as bad of a way it is to put.
Oh,
But
you're good,
yeah,
bro.
I'm so glad that I helped contribute to this. I'm glad that I stood by you all the way leading up to this. And I'm really happy for you. And I hope that it's the start of great things. And hopefully we get some other channels monetized too. And then it can be a whole constellation of channels bringing in some dough. Like, I don't know, even like 250 extra would be nice, given how desperate times are. And like, there's some channels, like even the TTS channels, a whole lot of TTS channels, like Radio TTS. I used to be a real big fan of him, Papa TTS, back in the day. Uh, right after I graduated from manufacturing from the technical school. I used to listen to Radio TTS constantly. and and channels like that, they make a lot of money because what they do is they make a whole lot of videos, like sometimes 5 a day, and it's basically just letting the TTS read stuff out. Maybe they have a soundtrack, maybe they have a background or something while it's doing that, but it's just reading like Reddit posts or the green text channels and stuff like that. And like Radio TTS, I think by the end of it, he was making something like $2,000 a month or something like that. Maybe even a little more, like maybe
That's
4,000.
that's really
I
good.
know that they're, yeah, like I think it's I think it's something like for every 100 views or something, he he gets some number of it. Like I really forget what it was now, but it's like every 1,000 views he got something, and it all led up collectively to about $2,000. And then you get some people of multiple channels, and again, when you get multiple channels, that means each one is probably getting uh, like some amount. So you might end up with I don't know, something like 4,000, 5,000, if you're lucky, and each one of them is doing optimally and they're all getting views and you're putting out as much content as possible. Like I think it was something like $1 for every 1,000 views, I think, or every couple hundred views. I forget what it was. Or no, couldn't be $1. Like I forget what it was, but the guy was basically getting tons of, like, just from having channels where he had the TTS reading stuff off, TTS reading off Reddit posts. Uh, and again, I've back in 2021, I tried to jump onto that myself, with something similar. Uh, in fact, I tried dabbling in it again a little earlier last year, because now I have AI, and AI could help make original content too, on top of just stuff that's being read out. So it could have taken it into a better direction. Again, my only problem is that my life is so chaotic that I needed focus. The TTS channel, for instance, that was killed because I kept going to the hospital for the problems that became what I have now. And that was about it. But if it weren't for that, if I had more stable living situation, then I could have done that. I could probably even gotten uh, some kind of telecommuting type of thing, like for a libraries or something, or some kind of local government jobs wherever I was. I was back in Philly at the time, back in 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
After a while, got so fed up with it. Hate Philadelphia. Uh,
Philadelphia, I've heard nothing good about.
like I want it's.
I've heard nothing good about Philadelphia ever.
I'll just think of Detroit or Chicago. That's kind of what it's like. Uh, but yeah, like I guess I'm gonna call it quits for the time being. Um, so again, I'm glad that I helped you through this, and that I was able to allow, I was able keep pushing you to 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 the point where now we're finally breaking out. Again, it's just like that meme I had you put up. The one with the diamonds and the and the two men kind of mining for them, and the one guy, he pretty much just gave up early because it's like, nah, there's no way I'm gonna get it. The other guy, he just kept doing it until he found what he was looking for, and now we're finally finding what we're looking for. So I'm so glad that I was able to help you do that. Uh, and I definitely wish to see continued success. Uh, Again, take care, man.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, see you.
Let's call in the guns for hire. Let's call in the diversion. Let's do the spotting. And open fire. Well, let's see. Thanks, Fred. Part of me is lacking energy because the food. I had some cheese ravioli that didn't fill me up at all. Just barely scratched surface. I'm like, I can't believe how hungry I am. I've noticed that last every so often. Salute! I noticed that I've been getting really hungry. Now I noticed that food doesn't seem to sustain me like the way it used to. Probably because I'm sick of grains. Excuse me. Let's see. I like how Pablo, Juan, Diego, and Javier are all just following us. Oh, Diego has passed away. Should probably go this way and collect the ammo from the crate. We're gonna need it. Ugh. So we fixed one problem. Now we gotta fix the food crisis. Acid reflux is a freaking. I've had more Coca Cola and popcorn in the last couple days than I've had in most of my life. Okay, maybe not in the past couple days, probably like the last week, but like, and I've had a sandwich or two in between that. And there was that one pizza I had. One pizza. It's my life. Anyway, let's see. I know that it interests nobody to know the finer details of what I've had to go through with services and stuff. Long story short, we're going to hit Born Leader. Okay. Um, most people are not have no interest in knowing about the hardships I've had to go through to get to where I am. Most of the time, because nobody actually gives a crap. But when it comes to struggling with services, the reason why I've had to struggle with services is because people have ruined that too. It shocks me how much people got away with destroying. And what blows my mind is nobody ever got held accountable. And I sit here and I kind of, not gonna lie, vengeance definitely is a very appealing thought. I mean, for the first time in your life, you actually got to win. It's kind of nice. Uh, El General. That is the cleanest gun in the game. Ejército de Bolivia. Wait, how many other? There's only 4 guns to unlock on this now. Prestige, prestige, prestige. Use a key to unlock that gun. Let's see. Defeat Madra Coca for El Bastion. And then I'll swing to get Silencio. Well, I guess I go get Madra Coca. She's the last one anyway. Let's see. Should have just had cans of corn and then some tomato paste and spices. Maybe some beans. Could have had Mexican soup. Seeing laughing. That means who are laughing, guy is. He just paid us for content, lol. He just paid us for his lols. I don't know if that's how that works. Are we on a members only chat? We are. I wonder if that is how that works. If I go to earn, no, there was no payments there. I guess reactions don't count. But then again, that doesn't surprise me. Kind of just going through all my other stuff. I'll have a moment here. Let's see. Here comes the cartel. All right, that's one down. 4 more to go. Let's go see. Let's go turn on sub only mode for a bit. Is it just me, or is the cartels be spawning in a lot over here? Hmm. Okie dokie, let's see. Hey, laughing guy, how you doing, man? Destroyed some serious pulvo. Did he just drop the grenade? It's a quiet stream, isn't it? Alright, let's see. Gotta capture Salazar. Wow, that's the best self we've got one in yet. One skill, physical explosion resistance. We need 10,000 medicine. So, couple trucks for that one. Weapon is maxed out. This one, there's one here we have to get, and that's 6 under the 9,400 mark. So a 5,000 truck would actually pull it off. And then this one's flare gun 5 and then 6. I feel like we have a lot more skill points we need to earn because 5s and 6s it's gonna get rid of our 24 points really fast. typically pretty fast. Um, that's 11 though, right there. Hmm. That's 10. Yeah, we're gonna need to earn a lot more skill points. Maybe it's defeating bosses. I mean, I would imagine, right? Okay, let's try to aim for gasoline 5,000. I can mark that somehow. Gasolina. Gasolina 5,000. There's one right there. Alright, we're good. This is just gonna be a chill stream, guys. Not really a whole lot really planned for the day. I might play some Fallout 3 later. Come on, Varys. So much for the supplies. Well, I think I'm gonna call it here. It's already 4 p.m. anyway. Well, so we'll shoot in a minute. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Adios.